back just as quickly as that for map number 2. CLG, one map away for qualifying for what is promising to be the biggest CSGO event in history, coming up in just 3 weeks' time at Cologne. And Liquid have to do it the hard way. They've got to win 2 straight to even give themselves that chance.
Yeah, and this is, we talked about it right at the end of that map, or that last match, this is a scary map because CLG loves this one. And CLG right now playing really good. And not only just in that matchup against Liquid on Cash, but all through this event, they've looked very, very strong. Yeah,
absolutely. I completely agree with that, and I think they've looked reformed in general, but Liquid, we did talk about it going on to Mirage, a map that they also like. You think CLG has been favorsome on it. I have to agree, because even though Liquid like it, there's been a few issues in the way that it's played. Again, I use the phrase death by 1,000 paper cuts because it looks so good initially on Liquid, for Liquid a lot of times in this maps, and then just the little mistakes crumble. Economy goes away and they just never recover.
Yeah, well, you know what's funny about this map to me, you know, to just pile on to the woes that Liquid might be having is that all the players that we've talked to after matches that's from that like iBuyPower, that Curse Gaming, that whole like squad that came from there, the players that are still active, they've all talked about how they never played Mirage on those teams. They just didn't like it. It was always their veto. So there's been interviews where we've talked to people like Adren, and he's like, yeah, and even Skadoodle mentioned it. He's like, yeah, we never played it because we always vetoed it, so I have no idea what I'm doing on this map. And Adren, as the in-game leader, comes from that school where they didn't play with Mirage very much, so that could cause some issues. And this is something where, with the slow-paced style that Liquid runs, they oftentimes don't really do anything on this map. They just kind of, I mean, they fall into these executes later on in the rounds, and it can look a little bit dicey at times.
Well, never mind dicey, because right now it's all slicey. As Nitro's got to do it 3 times. If he wants a chance, throw the pistol. Just annoy them. I want to see all 59 minutes expire. Oh, I love this.
Look at that.
I love this. Such a smart play. Yeah, I dare you, boys. Come on, you got to come one at a time. Yeah, smart already. CLG's like, all right, I'll go get him from behind. And then Nitro's just going to jump out the window and keep this going. Imagine I did a speed cast this knife round.
It's a Spartan holding the hot gates.
Oh, Nitro. Oh. I wanted to see that continue. And actually, CLG was ahead of me because they already had a player going to window as well. That's awesome. Well, nonetheless, CLG get the side they desire. It's going to be CT.
Yeah, and that's perfect for them. And this is, I mean, okay, so they just played this event earlier in the month. And what they were so good at, like getting aggressive in mid. We saw them getting aggressive on Cash, and they're handling that early aggression very well as CLG, and they really punished Liquid for it, even though they're set up perfectly to defend against it. But you know, Hayes jumping out window, going into underpass, you know, was very effective earlier. And just the ops, we saw the propensity for that double op setup. It can work here as well.
Oh, it definitely can. There's a lot of teams that have flirted with the idea. Again, getting a lot of mid presence early, something that we saw struggles big time for Mythic. In the last match, we had the best of 1 in the upper bracket, or excuse me, the lower bracket final. But it is going to be the pistol round starting out, and Liquid putting a bias right now in toward the B site. Flowsick wants to sell this at A, so over goes one flash. And a smoke as well as Tarek fires through, knowing the angle to look for Palace. But again, it's all a ruse. They've got Fugly with the bomb waiting at B, and so far the trades aren't even working out on this fake as Flowsick has gone down. Tarek's going to push through one in the smoke. He's going to be heard, and now he has to realize that he's got one in behind. As now, all of this going down, it's happening at B. The bomb's already been dropped, and FNS, though, does end up going down, so Liquid have recovered as Nitro picks up the initial. And Elige coming back with 2 now as he takes down Cutler. This allows the bomb plant, and they've got 3 men. So Liquid looking fairly solid here. The problem is that their last man is still lurking over from A, so Adren's a little bit late to the party, and that means Hayes has a bit of a chance here, as he's already found the first kill, but he's so low on HP, 5 in fact, and make it less, as Tarek on 28 has to do it all against 2. He's got so much accuracy. We'll see if he can use it in this pistol. Has a kit. Tries to bait out the first, spotting up Nitro as he goes for the late peek just to double check it, and he's actually going to find it in an awkward situation. Dancing and dodging around, but it's Adren that just has to play the time. I don't think he expects that he has a kit. Oh, man.
Times that perfectly or not, but that was such a close defuse. Tarek, that was actually really intelligent. Gets into the bomb site, takes out Nitro, and you could immediately see he just threw his crosshair and pre-fired the window to wait for him to try and jump out. But
and you could just see a section of chat beyond the player point of view there in the camera, but they are all talking about how close that was. I don't even think they were sure until confirmation from in-game showed up who won that round.
Yeah, Dren just playing it close. So CLG don't invest in the armor. They just have the upgraded pistols. There goes JDM in mid. A little bit of aggression. They're peeking out. They're taking battles with these rifles from long range, and that's just, you know, Alicia's happy with that. He's got 2 kills. Looking to quickly mop up this eco round.
He's now looking toward Palace. As we can see, Finesse is underneath of it. Gives Fugly a bit of a problem when he tries to come through using the SMG, and so far he's being passive about that play. The rest of the team is coming over to this site, though, so everybody on the map is at A. We got a party and everyone's invited. Finesse is going to be the first to celebrate by taking a headshot into a Dren, but immediately afterward, he gets caught by flames and Elige takes care of the rest. It's his birthday party and his rules apply.
It's 2 SMGs still. Once again, no armor, so CLG just playing for that 4th round. They want to have the more utilities. They want to be able to bring an op out. And you can see JDM with 3,300 hasn't bought any kind of pistol whatsoever. He's just playing for the money. That'll be big on this map. If once again, if Liquid fails to punish him or fails to neutralize him with that op, he's going to have a field day.
Flash through. As 2 players come through and it works out perfectly. Tarek able to get that kill on Flowstick, who did absolutely 0 damage in return, hoping for a lucky shot in this Bray.
Now that's 2 bodies that were dedicated to that aggression. And there's no response from Team Liquid. They haven't gained any advantages. Now they're just falling back. They're watching their flank. 3 players at the top of mid, just kind of watching for more pushes. So FNS might be able to grab some intel, but he can't commit to a fight if he finds one. So still a lot of ways to go. JDM getting map control, pushing down A ramp. Fugly doesn't hear him. So he's got a great advantage. He's going to be right on hot on the heels. He has all the intel. He's telling his team, you can see the rotations on the minimap. All of CLG pushing over towards this B bomb site. This is looking very scary for Liquid.
JDM is going to be hot on the heels, and he does walk indeed. But either way, he's going to spot them before they get there. And Tarek is very close. Now, he doesn't have a flash. FNS does. And FNS is on catwalk, but he can't go for that quick pop flash peek, even though he will still get the initial jump on top of Fugly, but still not able to collect the kill. And that allows Hayes to get one in response, but it's all Liquid after that. You said they might be in trouble, but they're fighting themselves out, or are they? As Cutler, he's been so consistent, brings it back to yet another one-on-one, but it's a Dren holding true with the AK.
Yeah, they had everything set up to win that round. 5 members on 4, basically. They had him cordoned into those halls. So difficult to get out of that. Flank from JDM, he had all the intel, but he misses the kill when he comes around. So that's kind of, that basically sealed the deal. Liquid's able to squeak it out, but they take 4 deaths. That hurts a lot. Now they do have 5 smokes, 5 Molotovs into this round. They're going to spread out. Fugly's going to watch A ramp. This is just going to be their map control. No one even peeking mid. They don't have an AWP, and they know JDM will have his.
And JDM's looking aggressively from catwalk. So the off angle. And Nitro and Elige are so close to coming around that corner. Meanwhile, they've also got players looking for mid presence, just trying to win this from every possible position. And the underpass, so powerful and trying to get to connector quickly. JDM's response is actually quite interesting, that he's already faded off of catwalk, despite that they haven't put any aggression toward him to support window. This allows Finesse to get more passive in jungle and then easily be able to support A, but still Liquid, they're just posted up and waiting for the right moment, the right pick, the right look to walk out of mid, and Elige is going to find that by having a barbecue of JDM. It's going to be Flowstick into Tarek immediately after, and now it's a 2-man advantage.
Yeah, quickly going to get up catwalk. They're going to take this advantage, not messing around whatsoever. Hayes doesn't even move from the A bomb site, so this is a save call for CLG already. FNS, he may try, nope, I thought he might try and go into the lather room and try and salvage that AWP, but instead they're all just going to fall back towards A. Give up this round. They're going to be able to buy into the next one, but that's 4th for Team Liquid, looking much better on this T side already than they did on Cash. And it was Elige neutralizing. I mean, that was also kind of interesting to me, is that JDM, much like on Cash, he was playing in that checkers position where you really don't have a lot of places to fall back. That's kind of a do or die spot. Once again, he puts himself in that ladder room. No chance to relocate, so you better hit that first shot, but he just gets mollied out. Meanwhile, FNS and Cutler taking a couple out at the end of this round. 3 kills for Liquid, so more guns that they're going to have to rebuy going forward.
May not be done just yet, as Adren throwing a flash and has a shot. Oh, he actually did hit Cutler through the edge of the boards. It's going to be another trade, so only 2 players survive, 1 apiece. It's Adren and Hayes with weapons left over, recycled and reused. But it's Liquid that have the money, so they're going to have 5 weapons. It is a force, though. Interesting force as well from CLG. A very aggressive force as they bring out an MP7, a 5.7, and then 2 M4s and the FAMAS that Cutler is wielding. All of them have head armor. Smokes as well, so there's still a bit of utility here to delay the push and slow things down from Liquid, but a 4-0 start is looking pretty good on the T side. As Finesse, it's not JDM with an op on catwalk, it's him this time as he bounces out the nade, hoping that they might be up close. Cutler, speaking of up close, is also playing in the shadow position, waiting for anyone to walk toward his crosshair as Nitro dodging that initial flash thrown by a teammate as that smoke came in. Looks for the peek toward mid. He's now going to smoke off window late, so that won't allow JDM to go for the re-peek. And he wants to hold that late angle in case they push catwalk, but the smoke is placed in such a fashion that he's not even going to have that ability. As Nitro's still making a move.
Yeah, FNS also pushing up into these B tunnels, being a little bit aggressive behind the smoke. FNS has grabbed this off angle. You might have heard Flowsick fall back there, but he doesn't want to push it quite yet. Meanwhile, Liquid has already rotated back towards the A bomb site. 3 members of CLG are there. No smokes, no Molotovs, no nades for these choke points, just a couple of flashes, and Dren's going to have to go through this.
Cutler's forced out, though, with the flames in place. A smoke, though, in front of Palace now slows Fugly, and that has problems and effects on both Elise and Adren because they came in without the secondary support. Nitro, the first to get a response kill, is CLG. Timed that perfectly, and Cutler, who is waiting at Firebox, now drops the bomb. It has to be a regrab, but Nitro might make that possible until Finesse shows up with that SMG. So this force buy has the advantage in quite a favorsome situation. 3 versus 1. Nitro in the middle of nowhere right now, but trying to play the angle correctly in no time.
Yeah, rotating back towards A. Oh, nice shot by Nitro there at the end. In a losing effort. He does get 3 kills on the round, the only one to find him, but CLG, that round's won by Hayes. Those first 2 kills slows that attack down. No one else could make a progression onto the bomb site. And then behind Hayes in those 2 kills, once he falls, it's Cutler playing patiently like we know he does, just waiting, just biding his time, and he finds the opportunity to really put that final nail in the coffin on that round for Liquid. So that's the first one for CLG. This looks like this is a late force buy for Team Liquid, just now finalizing what they want to purchase. Tech 9s on 3, Fugly, Adren, and Flowsick, while Elise and Nitro have the AK-47s.
And what can Elise and Nitro do? Definitely 2 potent players. I've had moments of brilliance all weekend long, and that's what's become expected of them as Tarek is waiting on patio at B. Smoke prohibiting his vision as he hears at least 1 player. But again, this is just for distraction. This is just to get CLG out of position. As the bomb waiting with Nitro. And the other gun, Elise, along with Flowsick to go in. So they've got all their top fragging potential right now on A. Adren's going to slowly go back through T-spawn, but they haven't really made anything happen at B, despite the intentions.
Yeah, and this is something, there's no map control right now for Team Liquid, so this is something in the future that could hurt them if CLG just decides to get up aggressive up mid. If they find that timing, they can have some quick flanks around, but that one presence of Fugly actually pulls JDM away just a little bit, so far away. Now the smoke's come out. Here's the execute.
And it might have just pulled him enough because those smokes do leave him on the outside of the perimeter, but he's going to push through aggressively as Hazed, and he's already found 1, but Nitro, no, it's actually Adren, gets the first kill in response as the bomb is dropped in the middle of the site, but quickly re-grabbed by Adren, and Liquid have found the advantage by just 1 player. But that's enough to get the bomb down, and Fugly, the timing of that lurk. Tarek had absolutely no idea he was coming, and he's going to get the second shot with the Tech 9 as well. So Finesse can't save anything as the intent was going to be, and Liquid 5-1.
Yeah, and that one, Fugly over at B, that 1 player, he didn't force any committed rotates. They didn't leave the bomb site, but it did pull them out of position just enough that gave Liquid the opportunity to really swarm through those smokes and surround the players inside the bomb site and over at the stairs and just eliminate them and take over that site. So a great win for Team Liquid, immediately responding, and a full save out of CLG now.
And Adren is going to be the first one in right now. You say full save, but so conservative right now from Liquid, and they're going to get taken down. What a 1-deke from Hayes that actually looked like it was going to be the player Cutler who was on the balcony to take that first shot. But how much better is it when Hayes now picking up a second one can do that from a distance, and it's all working out for CLG because Tarek now has Fugly, and the trades are +1 in favor of CLG as the smokes finally do come out from Liquid, forcing JDM to get passive, and unfortunately Hayes gets caught out because of that, so the bomb will definitely go down. But Tarek's picked up an AK, and lethal with any weapon, and AK especially, has a really, really good chance of doing the damage and making this round fall back to CLG, and he comes around perfectly timed to find Flowsick. He knows Nitro has to be towards CT, and JDM is going to join in and try and get towards this diffuse. Flash comes out perfectly timed, so they can't get on it just yet, because even if JDM does, Tarek wasn't in a position to help him, and now with Nitro getting that first kill, it is going to come back to Nitro, who gets the upper hand against JDM.
Huge round for Nitro there, winning that clutch out in the 1-on-2. Almost another miracle return from CLG. What these anti-ecos, both teams struggling with them at the moment, but finally Liquid's able to string 2 more rounds together. These last 3 rounds have just been back and forth, and now we see a shotgun out of Cutler.
Polar opposite from where we started last game, though, where the economy is favoring Liquid massively. And Cutler's going to have that shotgun very close to Palace, no surprise. As well as a bit of a stack rate now on that A bomb site, because JDM, Finesse, and Tarek have all joined in. With Hazed, low HP, just checking out what's going on at mid. And he's going to find out soon that there's a lot going on in mid. As 3 players push past that smoke, and he has to evade that grenade, and he does so correctly timed. A bit of luck on his side there as Nitro pushes forward.
Yeah, Fugly getting that opening kill up the A ramp, and there's Nitro coming up catwalk as well. This is played a little bit more aggressive. And this was a stack at the A bomb site for CLG, so it's just going to be Fugly over here. He's going to be getting aggressed upon. He's got to be very careful. He keeps falling back. He's got a long way to go, but he's getting some space, and now he's going to commit. He has to now. He can't go anywhere. FNS eventually does take him down. The remaining Liquid members fall back. They come back to chase these kills down. Don't want him to save that AK-47. Flowsick falls for his trouble, but there's a Dren to clean things up. No weapon save for CLG. 1-7 now. This is a great half out of Liquid on a map that CLG is very, very confident on.
And Liquid, like I said, though, they don't mind the map themselves. It just hasn't always gone their way. Well, right now it definitely is. Double up setup, though, for Tarek and JDM. And we talked about this initially, that there is a high possibility on this map for that to come into play as well. And right now it's going to be the first stop with JDM inside the window. And Tarek is going to take his toward B. So he's going to set up that auto turret inside the apartments. How does Finesse react to this? He's not even... Okay, now he is. He's going to go to Catwalk. Initially, it looked like he was just going to head back toward mid, but this is the correct play. Catwalk, so we can help support Tarek in the worst-case scenario.
Well, and also now that they hear the op being shot, they don't even want to mess with mid. You can see as soon as JDM started shooting through that smoke, they just evacuated. They go over towards B. They've relinquished the entire control of the map. No presence over at A, where it's just Cutler far back. All in these B tunnels. Pushing up onto the site.
And interestingly enough, Tarek, who I said was going to set up that auto turret, has left. They've swapped it back out because he didn't see any initial shots, as he might have expected a very quick B rush, not something that's uncommon. Thought, okay, they're not here, they must be at middle. And so far he's 0 for 2, and now out of the initial position that Finesse has to cover.
Yeah, he could swing around. He'll have a pretty good angle at those windows, but it's all in FNS. If he can time this jump, spot him far enough away. They don't have any Molotovs or smokes to slow it down once it is spotted, but once again, coming down to 30 seconds before this execute comes out.
It should be spotted, though. Yeah, there's exactly why, because the smokes came over the top. Unfortunately, he peeked back out and was blinded up, so he has to play passive. As Tarek, though, you called it, has that angle and has 2 kills. JDM, he's also rotated, and the second op comes in from Market to take the only player who made it past the balcony, who made it into the bomb site, is Fugly now coming in from Catwalk. Finds himself lonely, alive, but lonely, and not even alive for much longer.
Yeah, Tarek with a 3-kill that round. Beautiful play from him on the catwalk, turning around, saving his teammate with the initial kill, but FNS, someone jumped on his head. He couldn't convert that into a kill, but still, double up setup is out for CLG, much like it was. They didn't lose any of those expensive weapons. And it's Tarek that round, pulling them back into it. Now 2 rounds for them. They need to string some together here, or else this can balloon, and it's going to be fortunate that Liquid's only having the Tech 9s. They don't even really have armor. Elige does buy up with a lack of head armor, but this is going to be another round where Liquid's just hoping to throw their smokes, throw their execute, and hope that they can get a bomb plan off of it.
So aggressive, JDM. But it is passive from the pistols. In fact, so passive that Adren and Elige take their first steps. Mom, get the camera. The infants are walking. They've left spawn now, though, and they are looking toward that B site. They've lost Flowsick already. That's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, it's still so far back. This is much like their gun rounds, and you know, why not just try and overwhelm somebody at this point? You're going to come up. FNS is still jump spotting. Now that's the good thing. They're heading over towards B. Look at the rotation from CLG. No one even near middle right now. Tarek finally probably realizing at the gap in their defense, and it's FNS very isolated all alone. He does throw a deep smoke. It looks like it's going to slow down Liquid even more. They don't really want to run through it. And as I say that, they do it. And Tarek has rotated back just in time, but he's got the AWP. He misses that first shot as well. It's crucial. Can't find the second one. He gets dropped. It's just FNS over there. There is a TK. FNS grabs 1, but it's a 2-on-3 now, and CLG's got to retake through these choke points.
Simple to hit that first shot to change everything from Tarek, and so easy to whiff, and as he did, look what happens. Liquid get in, and not only that, Nitro picks up that op, gets a return kill, but CLG, they still hold true as they have the rifles against no armor. And congratulations, that's round number 3. Slowly clawing back in with 2 consecutive, starting to build back a bit of a bank.
That's so incredibly dangerous that late in the round to try and get an opper into that position. He gets up there at the wrong timing. As soon as they start executing, he can't land the shot, and he just gets punished for it. So FNS, they get bailed out by TK. If that had been a 3-on-3, that could have been far scarier.
Is it Dren? Okay, no, he had 74. I thought maybe, as they are behind, he does to go for that T-side op. But he doesn't. He stays away from it, and CLG go right back to the double op setup they have been running. It's Tarek and JDM again. As Fugly is the player that wants to lurk in toward A this time, get the early read. Bomb, 3 players, all at Horseshoe and already out middle, so a bit of a commitment here because if they get caught with that bomb and no escape plan, it's going to absolutely throw a blunder in the round.
Well, and interesting, they haven't been messing with middle since the ops have come out for CLG once again. So now this time, 4 members there, they just take complete control of it aggressively. It's very, very early in the round for Liquid to be this aggressive and have this kind of map control. Now, are they going to do anything with it? It doesn't look like it. They grab it. They're going to leave a Dren here, it looks like, in this corner. Looked like they were falling back, but instead they're going to move up catwalk. These smokes are going to start fading. They got to make progress soon.
Progress is a steady process, though, and as a result, they slow things down still. Finesse was playing that off angle to spot up on catwalk, but the bomb is slowly rotating back over. But look at Cutler. He's pushed up in Palace right now. He might actually catch that bomb in transition as Hayes finds the initial play, and he does. Nitro's down. That bomb is dropped all the way back toward T-spawn. And Cutler completely hinders the plans, and he's going to do further damage as he finds Fugly. And the round now is definitely all CLG's. Flowsick gets the bomb at least up, but he hasn't got a single player and neither of his teammates down from CLG, and that's how it will end. It's going to be Hayes recovering, and CLG, good turnaround so far.
Yeah, great work by Cutler. Pushed up there.
This is the first save Liquid's had to do. Yeah,
not feeling very much pressure and taking that opportunity to push through Palace. That was very Fnatic-esque from Liquid. They had mid control. They put a Liege in the ladder room, much like Fnatic likes to do, and then rotate back towards A for an execute and have him cut off rotations or lurk or just kind of play it by his own gut feeling. Unfortunately, with Cutler pushed up like that, he gets those 2 kills and ruins it before they can even make that work.
Underpass presence this time from Liquid. As Nitro, Elise, Flowsick, they all head that direction with these pistols. They want to get into connector. They want to overwhelm exactly where Hayes is playing, and JDM in the window would then have to be forced to rotate, but Hayes isn't going to be overwhelmed at all. 3, Tech9, 4, and that's everybody. All of the efforts that have gone that direction down and out. Fugly is over toward A, and Hayes is searching. He wants this ace.
Yeah, what a sequence from him. Now he wants to clean it up. Not even going to reload the rifle, just keep the Tech9, be mobile. He's going to find Fugly when he comes, if he goes down the ramp. But playing it passively, playing the econ game, not hunting too much and maybe losing a gun, forcing a rebuy. Not a huge issue even if he does lose it, but don't even want to give anything over to Liquid at this point. They already have 7 rounds. This has been a great half for them.
Keep this camera on Hayes. Keep the search rolling. The rest of his team's just sitting watching the bomb, but
Cutler, come on.
BM, bro.
5th round for CLG, starting to catch up a little bit.
Look at Hayes' frag total as well. 4 in that round. He's got 17. He's in double digits. The next on his team, 9. So he's been definitely a huge part of this comeback from CLG in the last couple rounds. In fact, he leads all fraggers, despite that they were down 7-1 initially.
He was the star. He was the star when CLG upset Fnatic as well. He was the one that was sitting up with like 26, 27 kills. So something about this map, he really likes it. Now we're seeing the mid-aggression. Catches him a little bit off guard, but he's not able to land the shot initially, so Elish punishes him. There's a second player trying to go for a repeat. That's Cutler, but wisely he just falls back. He didn't have the battle he wanted. Didn't get the kill, and he just stays alive. But they have done a decent amount of damage to Elise and Nitro.
And JDM fell inside connector as well to help Cutler's escape. All the while, though, and here's the interesting thing, they've rotated back through T-spawn. Cutler's misread this because he's gone over toward B, so the defense is entirely split up and away from the site that is about to be under threat. Luckily, JDM, realizing there hasn't been any mid-presence, will go help Tarek. And with the op, if he can find the right angle and the early shots, to slow down Liquid on their entry, there's still a chance for this. And Cutler, he's going to wait for the call. It looked like he was on the way back, but hesitant at this point. Liquid's biding all the time. This is what we talked about, what they did on Cash. Just wait it out, bait it out, and find the right timing.
Yeah, and they're really exploiting the fact that they have a man up, so they run a lot of clock down. They've widened the rotates, but now look, all of CLG converging onto this A bomb site as the hit comes in.
And the hit coming in, it's going to be the hitman, Nitro, to do the first damage. The entry as always, but there's JDM in that op. He finds the angle, trying to jump up on Ticket Booth is Cutler. He's not low enough for that nade to take him down, but it will do further damage. And speaking of getting taken down, his teammates have all perished. It's just him remaining. 41, bomb planted, Liquid response finally. They'll get their 8th round.
Yeah, very convincing from Liquid, just wiping CLG off the map once that hit came in. A 5-on-4, Liquid slow plays it. Forces them to question the rotations. Like you said, Cutler going all the way over towards B, having to get back. And once the hit comes in, they just couldn't. I mean, all those smokes, there's no way the rotations were going to be able to beat past that wall of smokes they had up. So very well done from Liquid. This is going to be their 8th.
And there it is to close it out. Flosick finds, secures, delivers, and we go to round 14. Money, though, again, CLG, because they were able to sing those consecutive rounds together, is still favorsome. 11-7 pre-buy for Hayes, so that will go down just a little bit, but everyone else already with the weapons out quite comfortably, and full utilities even for the Opera of JDM, as he's got 4 grenades and a P250.
Yeah, now they're going to battle in mid.
I never tell in this small overlay.
They do swing out on mid. They have that smoke at the base of Catwalk to block JDM's vision. And look at this boost from FNS and Cutler. They're stacked, so JDM can actually fall off this now. 2 members, so when Elise turns this corner, he might have 2 people to fight with, but no, FNS fell away. It was just Tarek on top of the box. He gets eliminated. It looked good initially. That Molotov might have forced him away just a little bit.
Elise just FNS so good at reacting to those angles, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He is. Young talent.
So he falls back after that initial kill, giving Liquid the 1-man advantage.
Yeah, now, I mean, this is just what they've done. They've taken that advantage, much like the last round, 5-on-4. No reason for them to look for another pick. They already have the one they want. They can just sit back now, watch for anyone from CLG to get aggressive, to try and push. And this was the thing. On Cash, CLG remained aggressive like that, and they were winning those battles. But now they've kind of been punished more often than not, so they're forced to play a little bit more passive, especially in a man-down situation. This is going to be another A-hit.
The A-hit is slowed a little bit. It's JDM now finding 2, but Fugly did get Cutler in Firebox. Elige answering to Hayes. It's all on JDM now. So far, so good, and can't hit the last one. It's Elige to come back, so Elige now takes over the round with 3 kills, and Finesse coming back through from jungle, knows he's inside the connector, but still can do nothing about it.
4 kills for Elige on that round. Comes up huge. Gets that first kill, and then just clears out that A-bomb site. Well done from him. He's coming up huge. Now he's at 17. Caught up to Hayes, who's only gotten 1 kill in the last couple rounds since you mentioned his...
Maybe now I should... Maybe that's going to happen to Elige, the caster's curse.
Right.
Let's talk about people who don't have kills. Come on, Flosick, only with 4.
CLG really, really hurting. No kits whatsoever. Not a lot of smokes to utilize either. That's going to give Adren a window of opportunity. Feeling very confident, just come up those stairs and take that peek in the A-bomb site. Nothing comes of it except for the fact that he's forced to smoke. Now, FNS is pushing up into these halls. No one's watching it from Liquid. Adren and Fugly are both at the A ramp, so no one's looking for FNS. He can get behind him. He could catch him off guard if he's patient, if he clears that out.
That was almost a Canadian out from you.
And just as the timing, I mean, Fugly, who had Dread, not looking whatsoever. Fugly had turned around to watch for it, but FNS wins both those battles anyways. Huge plays from him, getting aggressive. And now 3 members of Liquid spread out all across the map. They're going to have to take these one-on-one battles.
He's just going to be attempting to find Nitro as well, and does so successfully, as he already knew he'd made it inside the connector. Elige did get boosted through the window, and he's got himself a decent position, but with all his teammates gone, it's not a great situation. 46 seconds, bomb still in the hands of Flosick, who's rotating now back through T-spawn, and they want to try and work on A because they think that Elige has the position advantage, but he doesn't because Hayes already finds him as well. So 2 kills from Finesse getting aggressive, and 2 kills from Hayes by just outplaying the remaining Liquid members. It's left to Flosick, who's coming for the entry now. Does at least find a pretty shot onto Hayes, but it's going to have to be a pretty play all the way through. He's got to
be more aggressive if he even wants a chance here, because now they're all rotating in. He does grab 1 more, but too much to deal with. FNS ends it with 3 after those initial 2. Great push from him in a round that they needed it. They did not have the utility to really hold off any kind of attack in those choke points.
Well, it was definitely a lot more one-sided when we started out than has it finished. 7-1 is the start for Liquid. It goes to 9-6, so decent comeback from CLG, but that's CT side, so Liquid give themselves an excellent chance.
Yeah, they really do. And that's not surprising, because we talked about how CLG loves to play this map. They always pick it against North American, so for Liquid to have that kind of a half, very impressive from them. This is that pistol on Tarek. He gets this kill, and he's going to swing his crosshair immediately over to window and take a shot, just in case he catches Adren jumping out, just in case he can get lucky. Unfortunately, Adren's not there, and he tries to... This is how close it was. This was insane.
Yeah, this was absolutely nuts. Even now, watching the replay,
you actually see it get to 0.
It's at 0. So how did you know? I had to wait until Valve told me. Thanks so much. As look at that. Also, just those exit kills from Fugly as he caught them in transition on the retake. But overall, it was back and forth toward the end of it. This was Hayes when he shut down the eco. That was when the money started to get out of control. But this round from Elige, we're only going to see the first kill on that. That was when Liquid secured the end of the half just by him getting those 4 kills. And the first one, that reaction shot, unorthodox angle, and he nails it.
Well, and I thought Elige was going to get taken out there because actually Tarek and FNS had boosted him up and then had that position in front of the box. And that Molotov had to have just tickled him just enough to force him back, so he couldn't complete that stack. But either way, that's a great half from Liquid. Now they're going to be onto that CT side. CLG has got a lot of work to do here.
Just take a look at Team Liquid. Interestingly, Dren still strat caller, not sitting in the middle. They put Nitro in the middle.
Maybe Nitro's the captain without being the in-game leader.
It's fine. I just always,
I like how much evidence people put on who's sitting in the middle.
That. I do, because they're, the ringleader. It's confirmed. That's why when you sit in that middle chair, you gain superpowers.
Okay.
Speaking of superpowers, let's see who has a laser beam in the pistol round. Can you buy one of those? Absolutely not. We'll see who's got the accuracy. Adren, scouting from window, looking at the underpass, is going to fall back just a little bit now because so far there's been no presence there. It is going to be an A hit, though, so even if he does support from jungle, there's still a chance to help, but this gives Hayes connector, and he's already through. The smoke also on jungle allows him to go further, so the site is going to be given up unless Nitro can do something about it, but as he goes for that peek toward the connector, Hayes times his peek perfectly from Palace, and now Hayes is going to actually do even further damage as he puts a nade out towards CT into the rotation players, and it's going to be another one tap from him onto Elige, another from JDM now onto Flowsick, and it just leaves Fugly and Adren with a bomb that's been planted now for 10 seconds and no kits. Actually, I take that back. Adren has a kit.
Yeah, but there's complete CT spawn control for CLG, so even if Liquid's able to win these initial battles coming in for the retake, they don't, but they still would have had a tall task. That had to have been some kind of miscommunication between Adren and Nitro because that smoke blocks off Adren. They were playing a retake strategy far back out of the site. That smoke blocks off Adren, and Nitro actually swings wide and looks down towards connector to try and find something, but he's got no cover for anyone coming up ramp or coming out the palace, and he gets punished for it. And then once you get those three players on the stairs, just trading off the kills from the rotations in CT spawn, it's basically all over from there. Such a hard position to retake on the pistol rounds for counter-terrorists. An investment in this round, by the way, so this is an opportunity. If CLG can win this one, this is going to put Liquid into a tough economic position, but early on, Nitro takes out FNS all alone up there, and he only spots two, so we don't even know if it's stacked.
And it's definitely a hefty SMG buy from CLG, which we haven't seen as much of this weekend. We've been seeing a lot more of the second-round rifles. They only go for the one in Cutler, who has the AK-47. Nade lobbed out toward the van. Not expecting armor to be up, although it is. So hoping for some heavy damage to anyone playing in that position. Flowsick dodging a flash now that bounces off the window, but he can't dodge the bullets from Hayes' MP7. Fugly doesn't care what gun he's got because he gets the first shot, and it's extremely successful, but then he comes back from Cutler, and the trades are coming in. Liquid are still doing a tall task here, as now they pick up Elige with an AK-47, but he's completely obliterated as soon as he tries to use it. Adren has to switch to the pistol as he's extinguished and released all of the ammo from the gun, and that's just enough of an invitation for Tarek to take the round.
Yeah, good round from Liquid. Don't win it out in the end. Looks scary. They were all converging onto that bomb site, but some nice finds by CLG to get those kills inside the site before the flanks came in. Either way, 4 kills. CLG are going to be able to stabilize, but still, coming into that next gun round, Liquid's not going to have all the smokes they want. They're not going to have those kits, so there's a chance for CLG to rack up some rounds early on in this half just based on the economy. Look at the difference in these two styles, though. Oh, look at Flowsick. They're not looking his way. He does grab one, gets traded immediately, but Elige's there as well to keep the advantage.
And the bomb.
Yeah, that's huge. Wide open of connector, window, and catwalk. And these CLG players are all split. FNS, he's going to come up catwalk from B. He needs to get this kill. He does. And then it's Cutler going to be coming from the top of mid and Tarek coming from A.
This was actually the best way to get the bomb because, like you said, it was wide open for every other position. So Finesse has found the Achilles heel. He just needs to exploit it because so far one kill, now another, and Tarek, while they're all distracted in the window, is going to recover. So good play by CLG to pull this back because initially it looked grim. Nitro, oh, what a shot though on a Cutler, still not done. And now he's got the AK, but he needs to read this because they're on either side of him and nowhere to look, nowhere to hide. He gets taken down in the back by Tarek.
Yeah, but great damage done in these 2 rounds from Team Liquid. 4 kills in the first one, 3 kills there. So CLG not able to stabilize, not able to build anything up. This is that round. This is a round where whichever team wins this is going to be forced onto a save round in the next. So this is a huge round just in terms of how this can impact the rest of the half.
Off out either side of Dren versus JDM. JDM inside the B apartments, actually, so not even looking toward mid where Cutler is to see if he can find a pick while the rest of the team goes to B. They just want him stacked up and ready to get there for the post plant, but the post plant may not come if Fugly continues to do the work that he is. It's Finesse down as well, and that was the initial bomb carrier, so this slows things back down. And it looks to break the deadlock in the favor of Liquid.
Smart by Cutler.
Yeah, waiting for that play from Elige to come back around, and now they'll get the bomb down and the man advantage because of this play.
And the smoke walls. That's insane. Oh, but Adren finds the angle. JDM thought it was completely smoked off, but it wasn't. That flashbang does nothing. Adren gets mowed down, trying to come out of the door, coming through the smoke, all on Nitro, spraying down at the bench. He gets dinked up, though. Not much for him to do. 2-on-1. There's even a Molotov to prevent his progression, and he doesn't have a kit either way. Had to take that battle when he falls, and this is the difference in their two teams. Look at how fast that was. CLG, that was virtually a B-rush out of them. Possibly because they knew the economy was beaten up on the Liquid side, but on the reverse, when Liquid was terrorist, they were so passive for so long in those rounds.
And it did look grim on the entry because, again, they had JDM just waiting in the apartment so he would be in the window once they got in the site, but they hardly did. But as you said as well, taking down a Liege, looking for that flank, really secured a lot in that post-plant situation as Hayes now looks toward the ladder room. I'm not sure if he's... Okay, he definitely did on the second attempt. Spotted Nitro or not. And as he shoots the Nitro, Elige walks out, find a bullet that's addressed for his teammate. Instead, it's going to kill him, and now Hayes will follow up with Nitro. Adren, shall we count it down because his days are definitely numbered?
Yeah, they really are. Nothing really for him to do. Maybe find one kill. But look at CLG, not even progressing onto a bomb site, being patient. Now they're spreading out a little bit. Tarek's going to find this one-on-one. Adren comes up, can't win the battle. Gets sprayed down, so 11-9 now for CLG. So these are those rounds in the beginning of this half because they had complete economy. Because of that second round bye, the fourth round bye was so punished for Team Liquid. So CLG, just off the back of a superior economy and a weak one for Liquid, they've got the first 5 rounds of this half. And no AWP out for Adren on Team Liquid.
Smoke in on the ramp, as per default from the CT side. And JDM this time will look toward me, but Adren, again, firing through smoke has an angle that is working wonders because it takes Cutler down to 27 HP. As Flowstick comes out to help from Catwalk, it's that he's going to change and go all the way to the top of ladder, so no way they can get the boost easily with him in that position. As Finesse does come out from underpass. Look at the flames in front of Adren. A scorching inferno that prohibits his re-peek toward middle, so therefore Finesse can get inside the connector, but the amount of smoke is also delaying him. Is he going to go through it? I thought maybe he might, but he falls.
Yeah, and Tarek was trying to use that aggression that his team was putting out in mid. They were putting a lot of pressure, very aggressive with 3 players. Nice shot from Hayes entering into the B-bomb site. He's got one more to find. This could change the round if he can find it, but Fugly's got a good angle, and he hasn't cleared it out quite yet. Hayes might not know he's there. Doesn't whatsoever. That's going to be dangerous when FNS tries to enter this bomb site. If he doesn't clear it, that's going to be a problem. So Fugly takes the headshot angle, can't get the spray down. FNS gets that one. Adren coming through the smoke. He grabs an angle around the edge, but he gets dropped. Nice work from Hayes. He's opened things up for his team, giving him a chance in a 2-on-2.
2-on-2 post plant as well with the smoke. Similar situation to what we saw just 2 rounds ago. And Finesse, he's looking, but he doesn't have to because JDM's the one that's finding. He's got a Liege already with the op. Nitro's going to swap it over to this M4, which does have a full clip. Magazine, rather, but it is going to be FNS who catches them trying to search for JDM first.
Those entries from Hayes and even FNS coming ahead of the van, those were so crucial, and that really opened things up for him in a tough spot. So now CLG complete control of this match. This is getting very difficult for Liquid. They don't have a lot more mistakes that they can give up.
How quickly it can change. As the first half looked great for Liquid, we looked like we may be going to map 3 with a great response, but now it's CLG who have taken back the reins and the money. And that's the important aspect, like you say. And now JDM has the op out, but the Pistols, they're pushing forward. They want to catch them off guard. They do manage to pick up 1 kill from Elige, but it's a double response from CLG. So man up, Fugly just over toward B is looking for information, but Adren realizing now that his re-smoke to delay doesn't really matter because they still have Palace to work from.
Yeah, Tarek stink though, so he can't be too aggressive, so they're just going to wait out this smoke. JDM and Hayes throw a nade out, which does great damage to Adren. Down to 13. Fugly's over there as well. With the HP so low, they're going to get aggressive. Fugly trades one off, but there's JDM to end it.
3 rounds to go for CLG, and 3 rounds away from qualifying for the biggest event, or what is said to be the biggest event in CSGO history. How great would it be for them after the performances they put up, beating Fnatic a few weeks ago, 1 map at least, at ESCA Pro League Finals. And this would just be the next step in the progress this team has made. As JDM watches for the cross inside the A site, the smoke is out though, so he's not able to spot up Elige, who gets toward the connector, but they still have a heavy presence right now to CLG on the A site, and a double stack over at B means a long rotation for both Fugly and Adren. Nitro's the only one directly inside the A site, and Nitro at least comes up big on the first, goes to the re-peek and low HP. It's Tarek to close him out. The help of Hayes just before. And Elige isn't going to wait for his teammates. He's looking aggressively for some more information, but now he'll slow things down as the bomb gets in position. And Tarek actually has to get away from that plant because the fire does come out. So good delay from Liquid here because the smokes will be gone now as the bomb does need to get planted. And Fugly's find the kill on Cutler. Elise is doing the job as well. And they knew the op was on CT stairs, so they couldn't do anything. Excellent retake from Liquid.
Yeah, patient. And the delaying, it took so long. CLG had control of the site, but wasn't able to get the bomb planted. The Molotov in the plant spot forced Tarek back. And when he went for it afterwards, there was a crack in the smoke, so he couldn't even do it. He would have gotten shot through that gap. So Team Liquid, they do pick up their first round of this half, crucially. Now the danger is they cannot get reset here. They have to string them together, else their tournament life could just be over.
So Elise throws out that pre-smoke for himself so we can see over top to the top of middle. And with a short smoke on Cat, it allows Flowsick to cover off the underpass. So that's a different approach. And it turns out to be effective as they find a man advantage again. And Liquid again fighting back into this game. Having won the last round, need to give themselves a chance by breaking the economy of CLG.
Yeah, significant damage to JDM as well, down to 42, not able to find anything. So with one life and a lot of damage out, look at Fugly as well. He pushed up into the B tunnels last round, but he's done it again because they didn't spot it. Now he's got such a great position. He hears Tarek running. He's got the intel. Elish pushing into connector, grabs one, is immediately traded by Hazed. And this is where Fugly's going to pounce over towards mid.
But it's Counter Logic who are being counter-flanked right now as Fugly gets in behind Tarek, gets the first kill, and falls accordingly. So that gives Liquid still the man advantage, but take that away. It's Hayes to find Adren. As they look toward jungle, the bomb, though, is in JDM's hand, and he's working inside B all to himself because Fugly has gone all the way toward T-spawn.
Yeah, they know he pushed, so they know the B defender is not there. Now the issue is Hayes is still far away from JDM, so it's basically 4 individuals on the map right now. JDM does get that bomb planted for Kitchen. He's going to evacuate that way. He's going to have Nitro rotating over to deal with him. It's Hayes on Catwalk. They're going to get into a battle. Nitro's going to win that one. All up to JDM with this AWP.
Interesting as well that Nitro doesn't go through the vents because he knows JDM's likely in market and now aware of his position, so they'll retake one from apartments, one from Catwalk, but it's JDM who has the op, so all he needs is one shot. He's going to Molotov out on the bomb. There's not enough time. Even with that Molotov in play, Nitro's too low. I don't even think he can attempt to stick this, so he's gone. And Counter Logic Gaming come back with the round. 14-2 to go, but Team Liquid aren't done just yet.
Yeah, but that's brutal. Nitro's going to be able to save this gun. Maybe even try and take the op. No, he's not even going to peek. He needs that gun more than JDM needs his, but smart play by JDM. Just get that first kill, throw the Molotov down on the bomb. He had his full kit of nades. He had a smoke and 2 flashes as well. He hadn't used anything throughout that round, so huge play from him. And once again, another round where CLG, they get punished early. They're in that round in a 4-on-5, and they still equalize it eventually and then win it out in the end.
And JDM, look how aggressive he's going to be with this op over toward B this time. He knows there's a player right in front as that flash comes out. And if he goes for the jump peek, it could be problematic, and he is looking to do it. JDM's got it pre-aimed at JDM. Excellent shot. Down goes Fugly.
Did Fugly not spot him on one of those jumps? Oh, look at that. Okay, so Flowsick equalizes. JDM couldn't find that one, but a beautiful shot to take out Fugly. Fugly actually jumped like 3 times. I'm surprised he hadn't spotted him, and he kept going for it. Either way, once again, complete mid-control from CLG. They're going to come in a connector. They got Elige to clear out, and they do. They find him. Cutler not going to get fooled. Now it's Nitro. As his teammate falls, he swings wide into the bomb site. Nowhere to go from here. He's got to win the battles. Adren does grab one in mid. They know exactly where he's at. 2-on-1, but the bomb's all the way down. The bomb's down so far away. Unfortunately, Adren doesn't even know it. And they hunt him down, so 15-10 now.
And money is grim.
It's a nice way to put it.
For Liquid. Yeah, it was the most polite thing I could say in this situation.
With tournament life on the line, no less. This is the second map. This is where CLG can eliminate him.
And not just one tournament.
You're right.
The major.
Yes, the major.
On the line. And Liquid, they do have the one rifle in Nitro. He's definitely got accuracy. He's definitely been potent throughout the weekend, but he's going to have to be even more so than that in this particular round as Liquid look to try and evaluate what was going on at mid. They've got Flowsick who's pushed all the way into the horseshoe, so if he's fast enough and if they could slow them down enough as they're doing, he'll be on the flank, but never mind all that because right now it's happening inside the A site as Nitro and now Elige with 2 are getting the kills required, and Counter Logic Gaming are having a lot of trouble trying to get in, but it's Finesse who does catch Elise getting forward, and here comes the flank, but he looks back. He's actually looking the correct direction, but Flowsick with a perfectly placed bullet from that 5-7 leaves Tarek now 1 versus 3, and there is armor on Flowsick who's also picked up an AK, so that's a fair fight. As Tarek popping out, knows where 2 of them are. What a reaction shot on Flowsick. He may still do this, but he can't. Fugly reacts too soon, and the P250 is enough.
That was almost just absolutely insane. Tarek almost pulls it back. But either way, it's Elige with a dirty CZ round, picking up 2, stopping CLG from gaining any entrance into that bomb site, so they hang on by a thread there. Force a save out, so this could be one more unless some kind of miracle play happens, but it's Fugly. These players over at B are not feeling a lot of pressure if it doesn't come quick, so they're getting aggressive. You could see a lot of flanks coming out in the gun rounds as well, pushing up and being ready to flank around towards A. Are they going to clear it? They're not. There goes Tarek.
Well played by Fugly. So I said Team Liquid weren't done just yet. They proved that by winning that eco, and now with the pistols, the anti-eco looking solid as well. As it's down to 3 members, they might get this bomb plant though because they have a smoke off for Cutler, which won't allow Flowsick to spot him, and he's flashed as well as he tries to find exactly where that bomb is placed. There's decent post plants. Again, no weapons. Fugly blinded up. Elige bails him because Fugly could have gone down, so it stays flawless, and they'll build up even more. That won't matter. It's just winning rounds at this point.
Right. They got nothing left to give up, but a good bomb plant. That's all CLG wanted in that round, and they find it even in a 3-on-5. They're going to buy here. FNS drops the op over to JDM, trades it for an AK-47. And still, Team Liquid, even with winning a couple, Dren's going to be on this Famos. Can't upgrade. Doesn't have the money for it. Nitro does.
2 toward mid. So Liquid again are looking for this pressure, but Elige might get caught in the open. Luckily, that smoke up to his left gives him a bit more cover, so he finds the first kill and finds a way to escape. So good advantage.
Right, but they've dropped rounds like this before. When they have the 5-on-4, they still cannot be complacent with it because CLG, they've been equalizing.
The good news is that they've got a decent spread right now in the defense. All areas are covered. There's no overcommitments or gaps that they have to worry about. And as a result, CLG is going to group in middle, try and open up the map, figure out their best option. Adren's left the window, so they will be able to push up a little bit more safe. But Elige is on the stairwell, now smoked off. So this gets interesting again.
Yeah, and Flowsick's holding an angle on Catwalk, ready to swing out whenever he feels the pressure. And there's one jumping up. That's JDM. Unfortunate timing as Cutler had just worked his way into the window room. A nice pop flash to cover his retreat, but now a 3-on-5. All members of CLG, they pretty much have to be committed to B at this point. And Liquid knows it. Adren and Elige starting to cheat over that way. There's a time limit on when they have to enter this bomb site. Cutler's in a battle long range. Fugly's going to win it.
Fugly, though, takes a little bit of damage as he ducks in behind the bench. Takes even more as he takes the repeat, but also wins the exchange. It's Tarek, though, again, in an improbable situation, but he's always a threat. It is Liquid with 13th round and still very tight money for CLG.
Yeah, and this is a pause from Cutler. This is a good call because they're going to have to save this round. They want to have one more solid buy at 14 rounds. See what they can come up with from there. They got one last chance at a full buy to not have to go in overtime. This is the same situation they were in against Mythic. And we're going to do a listen in with CLG really quick on this timeout to see what they're thinking.
What I see. I think they're going to do something today and push through the smokes like a kaboom.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm going to be A right away.
If we win this round without a
that.
bomb plant, there's so money, fuck boys.
Yep. That's interesting that they're anticipating a play already. It's not even adjusting what they're going to do. They're trying to figure out and get a read exactly. And they say Liquid's going to throw that wall of smoke inside A, so they're going to go for an early stack on it.
I believe that was actually Liquid that we listened into.
Oh, was it? Okay, because I had
believe so.
CLG on the screen there.
No, it was a CLG pause, but I think we were listening to Liquid. The kaboom strat that they're calling, that's the strat.
I got so confused by that.
It's all right. I got you.
Thank you.
Well, that kaboom strat is obviously kaboom.td was what Keatstars were known for at MLG when they really showed that they had some chops on this map, and that was kind of the smoke execute that they showed that could be so incredibly effective.
But right now it's been misread because they thought Liquid that it was going to be A. It's all on B. So CLG with these pistols are a threat, but Fugly is going to answer the task. Lines up 3. Flowsick actually picks up one of them, and now he's got the hat trick as he turns back, finding Cutler, the only player left in mid. So we're going 30 rounds, but are we going more than that? And they knew that if they didn't get a bomb plant, CLG, but they would have no money. They do still have enough to bring out AKs, so that's not a correct read, and we'll see if that catches them off.
Yeah, and actually interesting that the Liquid had the wrong read on that round altogether. Not only the economy, but just the play that was going to come out. They must have thought that was going to be a buy out of CLG, just based off the strategy, the kaboom strategy they called.
Which therefore could change the thought process back to knowing that they will have guns in this one.
But look at this aggression. They keep up the pace. CLG, Cutler's already coming up connector. Doesn't have to worry about anyone. He's smoked off from jungle. There is one in the closet, one in CT spawn, and one in the site. Cutler's going to come in. Hayes grabs the first one. Cutler's not able to find anything quite yet. He does know that one's there. Jumps over up out of the smoke. That movement could do something for him. And Flowsick rotates, but JDM in a perfect position punishes it.
Bomb is planted though, so CLG have that working for them, as well as the 2 make it 3-man advantage, but it comes back just to the other way a little bit as Adren finding one. He has to go through this Molotov, and he can't even do that because as soon as he does, Finesse is waiting. So 2-0 CLG knock off Team Liquid. And Liquid had the start. They had a great start on this map. It fell away at the start of the second half with economy against them, and they nearly brought it back.
Yeah, and just to the two school of thoughts, Liquid, those slow played rounds on their terrace side, CLG much more aggressive, and they brought it back out. They slowed down kind of in the middle portions, but that last round, they just said, let's go, boys. Let's take this hard. They ran down middle, and ran up connector. No worries in the world. And that was perfect. They just swarmed that bomb site. So CLG is going to win that best of 3. Congratulations to them for qualifying for ESL One. We'll see them in Germany.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a huge, huge increase for them. Again, they've had a lot of struggles as a team. It's been up, it's been down. They've had...
It's all up right now.
It's all up right now. And I was finishing that thought. They've had occasional games where people hype them up and then they never really follow up with it. Now they're starting to be a little bit more consistent. So Cloud9's obviously shown that off in the last couple of weeks. We talked about spot number 2 being up for grabs in North America. CLG right now, has to be said, looking like they're in position to take that.
Yeah, they've grabbed it. That was kind of the storyline, is which team was going to do it this weekend. And I think CLG, not just by qualifying for the major, but just how they look in these games, they've changed a lot, and they look very, very good. And to me, they have secured that second spot.
And we'll take a look back at some of the highlights from the second map, which again was incredibly close. There was some awesome shots, specifically that one from Hayes as well.
Sick.
But this was Nitro going down. Easy trade on the way through. But again, I mean, just so easy to come back the other way, and Liquid so close. And the executions, it always seems Smoke executions, they struggle with retakes. There was a couple rounds when they were quite successful at getting back into A, but B was always a problem.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. I mean, that's part of the issue, too, with CLG getting into these bomb sites so quickly. Once they take it over, they can immediately deploy those Molotovs, those smokes into the choke points. Liquid, when they do it a little bit more slow pace, they use some of that utility to get into position to execute, and they don't always have that, to defend or to retake a bomb site.
Well, one spot left up for grabs, one spot secured. And to talk with the team that just secured that spot, we have Cutler standing by with blue.
All right, thanks a bunch, guys. I'm here with Cutler. First of all, congratulations on your victory, and congratulations on making it to the major. You guys are officially going there. So first of all, what are your thoughts now making it to the major? How do you guys feel?
We're super excited. I mean, we bet a lot of inconsistencies, so it's like, especially making a major now is very important for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And so going through this at first, just take us through this. So the first map, of course, what were your feelings going into that match against Liquid?
Our cash CT side's always been a struggle, so coming out I think it was 12-3, is like huge for us because, as you can see, we're mostly a T-sided team. Our CT sides are pretty bad.
And then, of course, when we transitioned back over to map 2, I believe it was last week at Sivoland, you played against Liquid on this map as well, and Liquid had actually a pretty astounding victory on that map, if I remember correctly. So what happened this week? What did you guys do this week to try and fix that up and obviously correct it in order to claim a victory here today?
Our biggest problem was our getting flanked, especially on gun rounds. Like, Fugly would just push B, he knew our default, so I pretty much adjusted where FNS would watch our flank, and if we ever did like some kind of A hit, he would just be sure to watch that flank, because he would flank before we even started executing. He'd be like in our spawn, so stopping that really helps.
And of course, I think you recently took over for the role of IGL, if I remember correctly. So of course, it was just a few weeks ago, correct?
Yes.
So I mean, of course, now going from having a little bit of struggles in the pro league and now going and leading your team to the major, how does that feel for you personally?
I mean, it's fun when you're reading another team, but it's super stressful when like you can't get anything going. But I think it's working best for the team just because I have pretty good reads on what they're doing. That people have always said that on my team, so it's working for the best so far, especially on our T-sides.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time, and once again, good luck in Cologne.
Awesome, thank you.
And have a good rest of the day. Once again, guys, we have the next match coming up for you in just a few moments. Stick around, we'll be right back with more of the ESL One North American Qualifiers live from the Burbank studios for ESL.